Yo!
Yo, what's up?
Cut. Joke lang.
Pew!
What up? What up, G Live? We're doing something different since it's Variety Wednesday. Woo!
Yay!
I don't know.
Wala
I
lang.
don't know. I don't
Naisipan
know.
lang namin na parang we've been hanging out with each other for a long time, and this show would be a perfect opportunity for you guys to get to know us and for us to get to know you guys.
Yeah.
So it's an ask us anything. It's the the idea comes from Reddit, AMA, Ask Me Anything. So you can ask us anything. So just drop in the comments below any question that you want, board game related, board game adjacent, or personal. Hmm?
Pag personal, ipe-play or pass pa natin yun.
Pag personal, play or pass namin.
Yeah, but yeah, feel free to ask us anything. But we do have some questions on our end. We thought of this idea kasi we've been sharing with you our thoughts on different board games, our top
Mhm.
shelves, what do you think of things na board game related. Parang it's nice also for you guys to know where we're coming from, what things we like, what we don't like. Para baka you see that you're similar to us or you're not similar to us, so that yung recommendations namin you can kind of gauge kung if it's for you or if it's not for you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ayan. I'll just share quickly.
Sige. Well, while you're sharing, again, if you're in Facebook, please do share as well so that people can, your friends can also ask us questions. And 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 if you're in YouTube, do like and subscribe so that you can get awesome content like this.
Yes.
I just noticed I'm looking outside the window. The moon is super pretty right now.
Is it?
It
I can't
is.
see. I
I'm
can't
I'm
see.
facing east, so kita ko siya. Wala lang. Simple things, simple joys. Looking at the
Yeah.
moon.
Let me just share it. Okay, there you go.
Sige. Yeah, while you're sharing, we can do it like very softball questions.
Yep. Hello Sam, welcome to the stream. If you have
Ayan.
any
Hey,
questions,
Sam.
I know you kind of know us, but maybe you have different questions na you want to ask. But yeah, since baka nahiya pa kayo to ask questions or anything, we've prepared a couple of questions that actually I want to ask Duane, and Duane meron din siya mga questions na gusto niya i-ask sa akin, so that we can just eventually talk about more about board games and stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
Can I go first?
Go
Dwayne,
ahead.
I'll ask you. Because I shared my board gaming journey in GLX, and I think in a couple of episodes before I explained where I started ganyan. But I wanna ask, how did your board
Ooh.
gaming journey start? And like, what was your first modern board game?
More. Wow, very good. Cliche yung very good question. Anyway, I started modern board gaming when my office mate, Gemma Yalaw, I think she dropped by in this stream one time.
Mm-hmm.
She was my lead. Tapos she brought some games into the office. The game that she brought was Carcassonne. So may
Yep.
very memorable yun sa akin. And that was back in 2014. Tapos after the end of the day, after office hours, we would hijack a conference room, and amazing ang conference room tables for board gaming.
Yeah.
And we would just play. So it was me, Gemma, Rudy, Camille, and others pa. We would have uh, game nights after office.
Nice.
So it started there. And then, so we played more and more games. The usual mga gateway like Ticket to Ride, Takenoko, Tokaido. And later on, we tried out, I think, Ludo, yung first board game na cafe. And
Mm-hmm.
yung Ludo pa sa QC.
QC.
Yes. Tapos later on also tried other board game cafes around the metro, Dice and Dine, Ludo in Makati, and later on, the one that is closest to my condo, which is Grid and Griddle.
Mm-hmm.
Yun, yun yung, that is how I started with board gaming.
Nice.
I think
Just
so. Very, very, fairly recent lang, 2014.
2014. Yeah. Just so you guys know, since we're asking questions also and you're asking questions, we'd like you to, since wala tayong GL question dun sa description natin today, basically all of the questions we're asking each other, we'd like you guys to answer it also. Sure. So for that question, maybe you can share with us how your board gaming journey started and like what was your first modern board game. Share nyo lang if you guys want
Yeah.
to. Yeah.
Feel free to answer also kung if you want to chime in no parang oh my god nandun nga ako sa Ludo rin with Duane ganyan rin yung start ko. I'm
Yeah.
sure. Oh my god ang dami sigurong random people that I've met sa mga board game cafes.
But you do have a collection now, Duane. Yes.
Yeah.
What was your first like first modern board game that you really bought?
Cool.
Cool. Nice.
Kasi it's easy to bring around tapos it's a social deduction game na parang ve- quick and thinky. Like
Mm,
you can I mean parang it's fast enough that you can reset it na parang okay if I do some big moves and I I get killed early on okay lang walang
yeah.
masyadong saltiness.
Yeah.
And
Sure.
yun yung usual na dinadala ko when I go home back to our province sa Albay. Kasi
Nice. That's okay.
magaan lang siya.
I also
The
bring
other
that too.
board games cannot bring because they're heavy.
Yeah. We do have a question from Sam. Eto,
Ayan.
truth time. If you could set one board game on fire, which would it
Oh
be and
my God.
why?
Grabe
You
So controversial kaagad. As
you guys
in,
can answer this also in the comments.
pero ako I'll answer it na.
Go ahead.
Hanabi. Sorry Hanabi, fire.
Really?
I hate Hanabi with a passion. Hindi naman hate. Ano lang talaga. When I played it, basta nag-tilt ako and the game is so hard. Pero yun.
That's pretty
Pero wait, di ba yung deluxe version ng Hanabi ay parang plastic?
I think may
Meron
may
bang,
trace may trace na siya.
iniisip ko kung baka may environmental effect. So maybe I should pick a board game na pure cardboard.
Gershwin said not Hanabi.
Sorry. Again, we're just being true. I mean, if you love Hanabi, I'm so sorry. Pero yeah, that is one board game that I would set on fire.
Yeah, Ademar says if this was asked on some of the board gaming groups, I'd be not surprised if many would say Monopoly. That is true. A lot of people hate
Totoo.
on Monopoly. Yeah.
Pero
Oh.
yung the pieces on Monopoly, the thimble, the car, it's metal. It won't burn.
I mean, most of it would be gone. You'd
Most of
have like
it.
a
Buy
couple of
paper
things.
money, buy cards. How about you, Willow? You have to
That's
burn
really
something.
that's
Set
so
it on
hard.
fire.
It's really hard for me to answer because I believe that a board game is, even if you don't like a board game, it's like perfect for a
Hindi. Wala,
certain.
wala, na,
I'm
wala
just
nang. Go
nagiging
na.
politics
Direct to the
yung okay.
point. This is the spirit of the show. Controversial yet brave answers. Putting us on the spot.
Okay, sige.
Pero,
Since you guys put me on the spot and it's controversial,
oh my God.
I would burn
Ano to?
Terraforming Mars. I'm not gonna
Oh
lie.
my God.
Yeah, I
Controversial
would
yet
play
brave nga.
I would play it digitally. I just don't want to shuffle all the cards like that. The game's fine. I don't know. It just the board game itself, like the physical board game, it just doesn't with me. So yeah.
Maybe it
I would
would look
I would
better kung medyo charred yung cards, no?
I would burn it so that they could release another version. Yeah.
Ayan. So,
Wala na akong maisip eh.
it's
That's
okay. Pero that is how we play this Ask Us Anything. So yun, just keep the questions coming and so that you can get the honest answers from us. As in like on top of our head, honest answers, controversial yet brave. So go
Terraforming
ahead.
Mars is nagde-defend pa ka ng answer. Terraforming Mars is good. It's a good game. Fine game. It's
Eh,
just not for me talaga. Just
Yeah,
saying.
okay lang naman yun. Hanabi is also a good game. Pero ano lang siya, very flammable.
Well, Terraforming Mars also with all them cards and cardboards. Wala pang acrylic trace yung base game. So it's all cardboard, right?
Yeah. Ay, hindi.
Uh,
The
the
yung
cubes.
the
Yeah.
cubes. I think the cubes are hindi, they're plastic
They're plastic
na coated
shiny
lang
coated.
with
Yeah.
metal.
Okay. There you
Sige,
go.
while waiting for other questions to flow. Sige, ano
Mhm.
muna? Softball question for you, Willo.
All right.
What's your favorite game night snack?
Ooh. Favorite game night snack.
Favorite
I
game
usually
night snack?
I usually don't eat in game nights.
Talaga?
Yeah, I usually don't. I
Even
like
a
drinks.
long game night?
Yeah, I'd rather have drinks. So if parang ano naman, it's on the same ano. I would like beer in my game night.
Beer. Beer
Yeah.
with game night. Not wine.
No, not mine.
Not wine.
Beer culture. I don't say with the
Beer culture.
But yeah, I like beer in game nights. I like beer in general.
Do you have a
So,
favorite?
the Red Horse, of course. Pinoy Pride. Best beer in the world. But yeah, beer and game night. How about I want to ask you then? How about you? What do you?
Ako,
Yeah, snack.
my favorite board gaming snack, something that I cannot recreate, is chicken salpicao from Dice and Dine. Yun
Mm.
talaga, my best, my
Yeah,
favorite.
I remember that.
As in, that's the one thing that I miss so much and made me sad na parang when Dice and Dine was closing, parang, wala nang chicken salpicao.
Sad.
I mean, yun talaga yung parang na sad talaga ako. Not the time that the games were being auctioned off. Tapos sabi ko, hindi, okay lang yan. Pero yung chicken salpicao talaga, one thing I really miss. Even yung mga friends ko na meet ko in Dice and Dine, yun rin yung favorite.
Yeah.
Oh,
We
we have questions na?
we have answers for the first one,
Oh,
which is
go.
what would you burn? Jorm says I'd burn Munchkin. Actually, I would also burn Munchkin.
Ayan.
Sabi niya, super luck of the draw kasi kaya pag napag-iwanan ka na hirap na makahabol, tunga ka na lang. It's one of the games na I really didn't enjoy. I get the theme and how it could be fun, but with the way like I play with people, it doesn't seem fun to it's basically king make or I don't know. Parang may ano lang talaga siya eh.
Actually, reverse siya sa akin eh. Sa akin, kapag ahead ka, hindi ka if you just kick the last door, people will just gang up on you.
Yeah.
Sobrang tagal ng game just because it's a take to that game.
Usually it's the person who goes after that person who kicked down the last door first wins kasi wala na lahat ng cards.
Hindi,
And
sa amin
and then
talaga, like, no, the second people will gang up and then parang no one wins. Parang the first few turns, okay, good 20 to 30 minutes. Tapos yung last door, an
yeah,
hour.
yeah, it takes a while. And then Sam has a question also. Have you ever spilled liquid on a board game? I have
Oh.
on cards. I think yeah, on
Not
cards.
not me personally, pero ang daming beses na nasa game night and yung iced tea na spill.
Yeah.
Tapos very ano pa yan, parang reflexes. Okay, angat lahat ng board, angat lahat ng player. Tapos parang tissue. Tapos tatawagin yung
Yeah.
pa-help para mag-mop ng
Yeah. Basically, that's why I have coasters now for board game nights.
Ako
Yeah.
may trolley ako sa side.
Mm.
Nandun yung food, nandun yung uh, drink. Tapos lately, since I've been playing sa grid, oh grabe, hindi na pala yung lately because that was 2 years ago. Pero yung grid and griddle, yung table nila. So they have table. Tapos meron silang shelf underneath. Tapos nandun yung drink kasi the
Nice.
glass, kasya siya doon. Perfect.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
one great way to avoid. Pero
My
personally, I don't think I've spilled.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
My
I don't think.
my concept copy, yun na spill yun. So sa gitna medyo
Uh,
may onting ano, but
may
it was in
water.
a family gathering. So I'm like, okay, it's fine. You guys basically I paid for the game for like 20 plus people to enjoy. So okay lang. Yeah. Sige. JP has another question. How do you spend for your games you like? Do you save for them or you pay out of your earnings? Sana di offensive ang tanong. No, it's fine.
Hindi, okay lang.
Maganda.
I think this is an important topic
Yeah.
because we have to be honest. Games are expensive.
Yeah.
So, sige, let's dissect the question. How do you spend for the games you like? Do you save for them or pay out of your earnings? Ako personally, I save for them. Because hin- uh, when a game comes out na super bago, uh, like it takes me some time to be convinced na parang okay, I'm just gonna get it. And by that time, I have enough na for it.
Yeah. For me, before I was in gaming library, I did have a budget every month for board games.
Budget,
From earnings,
important
yeah.
yan.
It was budgeted. I think we had I forgot who I met there. It was Morgan. I'm sure Morgan was there. We had like a small group talk where we discussed about board game spending. And I really had budget for like 2 to 3 games every month nung before GL. But then syempre that was discovering phase of what games I would like and what games like gusto ko lang i-test because I wanted to play with my friends ganyan and my family. But then eventually siguro ngayon I still do I save for it this time kasi I know what's coming up. I know the games na meron maganda. You tend lalo na on our side, we tend to know how much they're gonna cost and how we can get it. So, ayan. Ngayon more of course itatabi mo yung budget and then you're gonna save a little bit more if you're expecting something to come in. Yeah.
I think very important talaga yung budget.
Yeah.
Because that's para consistent. Like you don't feel burned na oh no, I spent this amount of money. Tapos parang no, I'm not gonna buy any board games. Tapos parang dumating yung mga board games na magaganda. Tapos parang oh no, but I said to myself pero pag nakapag-budget ka na parang okay, every month ito ang budget ko. It feels better, I think.
Yeah.
Pero good question, hindi naman offensive.
Yan. Okay. And then Sam says truffle popcorn from Dyson Dye. I think
Truffle popcorn.
masarap nga. Yeah.
Chef's kiss.
And then we're gonna go to our next question. Don't worry, just keep asking, guys. We're gonna go
Yeah,
through it
keep asking.
one by one sa comments. David is asking, do you bring games when you travel? If yes, what games do you usually bring? Yes, I do. I always bring games when I travel, even if it's just to let's say I'm in Pasig. I'm just gonna go to Antipolo to meet somebody, a little gathering. I do bring games also every time. Every time I go somewhere, I do bring games. You're asking also what games do you usually bring? I think I showed in one of our lives yung spaghetti tray that I put I put cards
Yeah.
in. I remove it from the boxes. I put it in. I think yung inside there is stick stacks ko, One Night Ultimate Werewolf. But wait, there's more. and just one. Yun yung mga kasya dun sa spaghetti tray. And I think those are the games na parang they for any type of people who go to dun sa gathering na yun, I have a game for them. Like, they don't want to think too much, I can bring out stick stacks. They want to play and chill lang, we can play just one. If they want a lying game or a mas serious na game, we can go cool. If they want like gusto nila yung mafia, we can go One Night Ultimate Werewolf. So confident ako na when I bring those games into a small gathering, there's a game that I could play with them. Yeah.
Likewise, yes. I also bring games when I travel. Although depende yan sa type of travel. Kapag yung kasi when we travel, usually it's me or a friend of mine will do the itinerary. Kung tight yung itinerary, is in like when we travel as in jam pack. Sabi ko, no, hindi ko na masisqueeze ng any game night. Might as well not bring a game. Pero like when I go home to my home province, Albay, I bring games, and I think that's traveling. And I've mentioned, I brought Coup, Good Cop, Bad Cop, mga smaller social deduction game. I think the biggest one that I've tried to bring in a travel is Dead of Winter.
Wow. How'd you bring that?
Hand
Inside the
carry.
box. Inside the box.
As in,
Okay.
nasa
Full
box.
box. Nice.
Yeah, full box. Hindi ko na minove out everything.
Yeah.
Pero,
Yeah.
yep. Yes.
I think JP said, sayang naman yung game ko na matapunan lang. Yeah, it's sayang. But there are games na parang, I mean, you get the value out of it na. Let's say, like yung concept ko na tapunan ng, but...
merong school of thought in board games na parang games should be played.
Mm-hmm.
Na, yeah, I get na parang it happens. Siyempre, we don't want that because sayang. That's why we sleeve cards. That's why we protect them para longevity. Pero at the end of the day, kapag natapunan siya, ano lang, parang try to move on. Yeah.
Try to clean it. Try to do your best to fix it. But then you can't like get mad at the people for playing it. And then may accident na nangyari. I don't think that's...
Yeah, especially if it's an accident. Kung, it's another topic na if it's like repeat offense na parang laging clumsy maglaro, or as in you play with Cheetos
when
fingers.
they're doing it on purpose with you saying it na please don't eat Cheetos while playing my board game, then diba, that's when you approach them na
Parang,
but then kunyari natapon lang or that's something you can move on from.
Oh my God, pero that's a whole nother topic, yung mga
yes.
pet peeves in a game. Oh my God,
we should go there next time.
We should go there next time.
I'm gonna skip to a comment kasi I think it's part of the discussion now. Sabi ni Martin, I remember trying to play Luggage Tetris whenever traveling and landing. I love doing that also.
Yes.
Yeah, but that's why I like putting it into like hard cases para kaya ko siyang ilagay sa luggage without me being scared na masisira yung box. Yeah. And then sabi ni Mr. Star, adaptable. I think that's the table, adaptable. I'm not sure. I think yun yung second floor.
Ito yung table na may second floor. Yeah, yan yung table na may second floor. Tapos yung top floor ay parang pang RPG na map.
Yeah, that's
Tapos
fun.
may LED na light sa side. Really cool looking.
Fog machine. Then, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, next question. Joram is asking, what is a board game to turn into a drinking game? My answer would be Skull. Very basic. Stick stack.
Akala ko viticulture yung answer.
I mean, any to be honest, any board game could be a drinking game. You can just set rules for it. Like minsan I play but wait, there's more. Kasi I like getting their juices, creative juices when they're drinking. Let's say natalo kayo for one round, then you just have to take a sip or something like that. Yeah.
Iniisip ko kung yung mga heavy board games ba can be drinking game.
Pwede naman. Like,
pwede naman. Every time you use this, I don't know.
You can actually, an interesting thing would be like if you have a poster or a wall, you can just write there drinking game night, and then number one, just put if anyone rolls as a one, then everyone has to drink.
Ah,
So it could
yeah.
be for any board game, diba? Or if you draw this card, if you forget a rule, everyone has to think. Anything. I really think it's very, lalo na sa physical board games. No? It's very um you can add rules even outside of the board game itself. Very ano siya,
Yeah, you
the
can
word.
house rule so that you can add any game could turn into a drinking game. Pero I'm thinking lang kung anong fun game na pwedeng gawing drinking game.
Yeah.
Viticulture.
Yeah.
Pero
Pwede.
wine.
Every time you make a wine
Every time
from a
you
grape,
make a wine, you
you have to drink.
drink.
Yeah. But
Thematic.
yeah, if you want to score, then you have to taste your wine, diba?
Totoo.
Jess, okay, next question. Jess is asking, what engaging and thrilling game would you recommend for your friends who plays board card games only once in a while? Also, what is your best elimination board game card game? Okay,
Oo,
let's
wait.
do the
Sige.
first one first.
Let's chop it up.
Yeah.
What engaging, thrilling game would you recommend to your friends who plays board games only once in a while? Ah, okay. So kung ako personally, napupush ko talaga Scythe. I don't, Scythe, kaya mo yan. Pero I do that with the caveat that I can teach it competently. Medyo
Yep.
mahirap ituro ang Scythe kasi asymmetric siya. Different factions, they have different powers.
Yep.
Pero it's engaging and thrilling kasi the theme is really nice. Tapos once you get the game, it's actually really simple. And even if they play it only once, parang it's a memorable experience. Pero
Yeah.
that's for me, and I think the important factor here is to know your friend so that you
Hmm.
can recommend a perfect game that would suit their likes.
Yeah.
How about you, Willow?
For me, engaging and thrilling na. Doesn't mean naman horror or anything, but it's engaging and you feel that they're enjoying a board game na parang nasi-thrill sila. I have two. Actually, it could be a whole thing, but I would pick 5 minute dungeon, and actually yung older real time Fuse. For me, those are
Ooh.
the games na parang very easy to teach kasi they're very, very basic. You just have to roll dice, or you just have to play a certain card to cover a certain spot. But then I've played it with a whole bunch of people, even with my old bosses in my other work. Na they don't play board games at all, but they wanted to play a board game, and I thought, okay, if it's gonna take longer than 30 minutes, they're not gonna be super into it. They're not gonna be engaged. And I wanted to be thrilling, so I wanted to be timed. So I chose 5 minute dungeon, the board game. Sobrang magsisigawan kasi kayo dun. Kaya gusto ko yung ganun.
Ah!
Thrilling and engaging. Like
Ganon.
full 5 minutes, you guys are engaged. That's what I like. Yeah.
Ganon.
And
Okay,
then
next part.
second
What is your
second
best
part, yeah,
elimination board game? So it has to have elimination. For me, I think it's Coup.
I would say, yeah, cool.
Kasi it's thrilling, it's engaging. Tapos, uh, it's parang easy setup na parang even if you're eliminated, you're not eliminated for so long. Kasi the worst that I don't like if you're eliminated tapos parang you're stuck in a game. Eh,
Yeah,
parang okay, natanggal na ako. What do I do now?
yeah.
Yeah,
I would say the same. Try Coup. It's
cool.
just one of the best elimination games that you can just replay a couple of times in the game night. If you don't want like a very small card game like Coup, you could try King of Tokyo. King of Tokyo still very
Ah!
engaging. Kahit matanggal ka, you're still gonna have fun
Yes.
watching kaiju's fight. Yeah, we played King of Tokyo a couple of times in G
Yung
Live
parang
also.
malapit ka na manalo pero boom na attack ka. Oh, well,
Yeah,
ganun talaga.
technically you are
King of
eliminated. Yeah,
Tokyo.
yeah. So yeah. There you go. So King of Tokyo or Coup.
Okay, pero
Okay.
yeah, just ang ganda ng questions. Just keep it coming. Uh, either board game related, board game adjacent. Actually, kahit personal, okay lang.
Yeah.
Any game,
I
any
think
game, any question.
ito mga comments na to was answering this question also. Jarm says King of Tokyo. Mr. Star says Rome. And then David says Village Pillage. There you go.
Is that
Eh,
for the best elimination game?
I think this is
I think
elimination
so.
game, yeah, or engaging and thrilling. One of those. Jez also, since you commented already, he said definitely will be looking out for the games mentioned, including ones you've liked in the comments. Hey, thank you. Welcome to the stream. Yeah.
Yay! Thank you.
Okay, so our next question will be coming from David. David is asking, related to this question, I think this is the budgeting question. Doon ko nakita
Mm.
nag-pop up to. Do you have a maximum number of games that you should only own? Example, you can only own 20 games at a time. And when do you decide to sell your games?
Ako on both, no. Although I love Marie Kondo.
Mhm.
Siya, Marie Kondo, keeping ano yun, minimalist, Japanese genius. Tapos in her book, what was the title of the book? The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up. Sabi daw, you should only keep 20 or 30 books. So parang
Mhm.
maybe similar here, 20 games at a time. Pero personally, I don't think you should limit the number of games that you own because if you really really like them, why would you say na 20 games lang? Parang you're just hurting yourself.
Mhm.
When do you decide to sell your games? Personally, I haven't sold any game, but I think based on the friends that I have that sell games, they usually sell it when one hindi siya swak, hindi siya fit sa game group, or or personal rin, hindi siya fit sa personal playstyle mo.
Yeah. For me, maximum games. Actually, I think if you've, since we related it to the other question, if you've budgeted your money well, and you can still get games as long as it's budgeted and you're doing fine, you have your basic needs, and you're not breaking anything, breaking your bank just to buy games.
Yeah,
Then it's fine. I personally, I counted just because I could say na parang, oh, I have 100 games na. And then once I had 100 games, I was like, I pwede naman ikwento. I left work kasi. So I decided, okay, I have all of these games. I can turn it into money. So I halved it. I made it 50. And then eventually when the pandemic happened, and then even nung nagka-storm, nagkabagyo and everything, I wanted to help. I wanted to help out, ano, and I said, I have all of these games. I know I love these games, but I can also turn it into money so that I can donate money. So yun yung
yeah.
naging deciding factor for me to, ano, since I don't want to donate all of these games lang to that. But just counting games and limiting yourself just cause you told yourself 20 lang, unless may usapan kayo ng asawa nyo or something, then
Yeah.
I don't think it's you don't really need it. You can.
Pero again,
Yeah.
up to you.
Yeah.
That's our question. If you feel that you really need to trim down, lalo na if you know in your heart of hearts that you parang you have a tendency to slide na parang, okay, if I don't set a maximum to
Yeah.
myself, I might just buy everything. So parang
Yeah.
it's really up to you and how you know yourself.
Yeah. If it just turns unhealthy na, I guess that's the
Yes, yeah,
pinaka, no.
definitely.
Let's keep it in a healthy, ano. They say like for everything moderation is key. So
Oh.
maybe that's the thing. Yan. Okay. Nice questions.
Moderation is key, hindi
Well,
pala PM.
okay, from Martin, sabi niya, what game will you never touch again, assuming you must pick? Okay, this is related to the burning question.
Never touch again, pero we have touched once.
Okay.
Ako meron ako
I can
answer.
go first
Oh,
since
sige, go ahead.
na-remind ako ni Joram. Munchkin. I only played it once. Never again.
Ako, Heaven and Ale. I only played it
What?
once.
Okay.
S- oh my god, I scored 0 sa first game
Okay,
ko.
okay. That makes sense. I scored like 1
Like,
or 2
I
first
played the
game
whole
ko.
game, tapos at the end of the game, I scored 0.
when you when you play Heaven and Ale, your goal sa first game mo is
Not to get
just don't
zero.
get negative. Yun din lang. If you're
Oh my
zero
God,
or
pwede ba
positive,
mag-negative?
yeah, you can go negative. Heaven and
Cool.
Ale.
Okay,
Yeah,
fine.
so
Hindi
you
ako
you
nag-negative.
did fine.
Ah.
Yeah. Martin says Seven and Ale.
So, well, again, we're just being honest. That's I think I, the game. There's no problem with it. Maybe I should try it. I don't know. Maybe not.
Mm. And
Ang
then
taas na ng
Martin
boses ko.
Martin is answering his own question. He says Seven Wonders Twin.
Something Dwayne loves. Hindi naman loves. What I like about Seven Wonders is it's fast and it can accommodate seven.
Yeah, that's true.
So
Maybe yung
parang
bagong the architects would be a nice
maybe.
maybe for Martin also. And then David says gusto ko tuloy i-try yung Heaven and Hell. You should try. It's a pretty good game. It's just really really punishing. Yun lang yung ano ko. And
Ano
Sam
siya,
says
Rondel naman.
yeah.
I
Sam says
never
game
play
ad.
again Cards Against yun.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, feeling ko na outgrow ko na rin yung Cards Against Humanity. Parang
Yeah.
in its heyday, wow, parang ang tagal na. In its heyday, I played a lot of games of Cards Against Humanity. Fun naman siya, pero after a while na parang, okay.
Once all the punchlines run out, you're done.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah. You're better off playing something like Say Anything or Blank Slate in the long
Pero
run.
it started like a whole slew of, yung parang merong
Judge.
cards are may judge,
Yeah.
tapos jokey type.
Yep.
And again, I'm not hating on Cards Against Humanity because it existed so that we can have other games.
There you go.
Parang ganon.
Okay. So the next question from Fred. He said, "Sino mas pogi?" Joke. Of course, Duane. His legit question is, "What game do you wish you could have designed?" That's an interesting question. What game?
Sino mas pogi?
What?
Naalala ko tuloy yung day na, who was it? He commented na mukha daw tayong puyat or pagod. Parang
I
ako,
see Desky. Yeah, it's
oh
fine.
my God.
That was I think that was a Monday, and we did a lot of things there. Or pangit lang yung camera natin noong time niya.
Oh my God. Pangit lang ang camera.
Yeah, yeah.
Lighting important. Anyway, sige,
It's
what
not
game do
us.
you wish you could have designed? Ako, actually, I have a game in the works. Wow,
Wow.
makapromote.
There you go.
Hindi, pero I've the thing is, this is a game that you have to play na physically. It's a heist game na literally you're hiding a coin and there's two team of thieves as they're trying to get the coin from
Nice.
the room and hiding it from each other. We played it sa Mandaluyong board game group na Christmas party ng 2018 and 2019. And again, syempre hindi na kami nakakapag-meet up because, pandemic.
Yeah.
And hindi ko na rin pinursue kasi I don't think I can play test it anytime soon.
Yeah.
Because you're really hiding a coin. Tapos, basta may mga powers,
Something
may
different.
mga things will happen. Basta fun yun. Fun naman.
Yeah.
Oh, fun story pala doon. While I was explaining the rules, sobrang funny kasi the coin went missing while I was explaining the rules. Sobrang, wow, everyone, parang sobrang, like,
Game.
everyone was into the game na hindi ko pa tapos ma-explain yung rules, nawala na yung coin. Sabi ko, oh my God. Yes. Pero yeah,
Yeah.
how about you?
I'm on the same boat. I actually designed a couple of ideas ng board games, and one that I kind of regret not pursuing was a game. It's called Sandwich Showdown, but it's basically Ramen Fury. Basically Ramen Fury. As in, if you played Ramen Fury, it's that I designed a game very very similar to that. I think only a couple of people played it. It's printed. It's downstairs. But
Parang
I
fun
did.
yung Sandwich Showdown. The name pa
Yeah,
lang parang
yeah.
marketable.
It's basically a game that you put a bread, and then you put yung mga
Bread,
palaman, and then you have to put bread on top to
lettuce,
make
tomatoes,
to
bread ulit.
yeah, to score the whole thing. You basically have to put bread on top because it's not a sandwich if there's no bread on top. right? So yun yung parang
Mm,
premise nung card game. It's just to take that game, but I wish I could have pursued it. But if you're asking a game that I wish I could have designed, one that I
I could
wish I did
have.
was Second Chance, a very basic game, very easy lang yung mechanics
Oh
and everything. But
yeah.
then pag inisip mo parang bakit hindi pa nagawa to before, or yeah, that's my.
Did Wait lang. So did I misunderstand the question? So a game that have existed that I wish I could have designed?
I think so. Yeah, that's the question.
Oh, anything Ryan Locat game. I wish I could have designed it.
Yeah.
Kasi I
Okay.
like storytelling tas mixed with game mechanic, and I think he is doing that really well.
Okay. There you go.
Okay.
Nice.
Good question. Thank you, Fred.
Daming questions. I'm gonna
Yeah.
go straight to the questions. You guys can
Yeah, go ahead.
talk and chat. Sam is asking also, if you were to turn a TV show into a board game, what show and what kind of board game would it be? That's very nice.
TV show
Very interesting.
into a board game. Wait lang. Not board game into a TV show.
TV show into a board game. Let me just start, since so you can
Sige, go
think.
ahead.
I would do a cooperative game ng Money Heist. With
Ah.
it could be a co-op game or it could be a team versus team game. Very very interesting kasi Money Heist. I love shows that yung may twist na I know that you're doing this, so I'm gonna do this, but since you're doing this, I'm gonna do this instead. Parang ganun yung gusto ko, and I love games na ganun, which is very similar to like Who. Yung parang very basic Who na mechanic na you are lying but I'm not lying, so are you really lying? Parang ganun. But this time turn it into like a bigger board game move with a goal na the people trying to steal something and then somebody else stopping them. I would do that. That's very nice.
For me, sobrang medyo malayo from your answer, but I would like to turn the Great British Bake Off into a board game.
Makes
Kasi
sense.
the show, it's a baking show pero sobrang chill niya. And I want to capture it into a board game. Parang you're baking, you're cooking, pero very chill. So, tas parang I can imagine the art na parang very uh, mga pastel colors, na parang very nice, very sweet,
Yeah.
pero competitive.
Yeah. Like something like Master Chef but baking. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
per
the
baking.
there you go. Nice interesting question.
Thank you, Sam. Keep it coming.
Okay, Jay is asking, good evening, guys. In your opinion, how much should you value winning in board games? I often wonder about this myself. Very interesting question. For me, it depends who you're playing with and what game you're playing. But I would say, na if it's gonna be a whole general thing, you should be always trying to win. Uh, Parang you play a game, and hindi ma-experience ng whole group yung game if you're not trying to win. If one person is not trying to win, if one person is trying to just stop someone, kung yun lang yung goal niya, ganyan. Yeah, you should, yun yung goal mo. But value, but if you lose, you're gonna be cranky and stuff. Hindi naman ganun.
For me, winning board games, having fun.
Yeah,
Basta mas mataas lang lagi yung having fun. There are a lot of games I've played na parang I've done like a wacky strategy, tas parang madaming table talk. In the end, I didn't win, pero sobrang memorable pa rin niya.
yeah.
Parang I would always try to win in a board game because I don't like the feeling na you've won just because another person let you win. Parang ako, that's
Tank.
not really a
Yeah.
win. Yeah,
Mhm.
parang, or na kingmake ka lang. So, and if you win a game na everyone tried their best, it really feels nice. Parang, wow.
Yes.
eh, yeah, yeah. Parang,
Yeah.
I fun.
Yeah.
Pero again,
Madaming
having fun,
ah,
most very important yun. Like, engage in table talk. Parang when you're on the table, try to get to know the other players. Parang kwentuhan kayo while you play the game. especially if like it's a heavy euro na madaming downtime. So yeah, para keep the fun going.
Yeah. I guess madaming factors when you're thinking about like the whole board game experience. And parang like we said, having fun is there, but winning is also there kasi if you're not trying to win, baka hindi fun for other people. You know, there's a lot of back and forth na ganun. But yeah, having fun I think
There
is the best.
there
I
is a
know you
quote
guys
that sige, go ahead.
I know that you guys watch minsan dun sa Friday game nights namin and it looks like I'm throwing the game. I'm really trying to win. I just don't know how to win yet. But I parang ano, okay lang kasi I'm having fun trying to figure
Hmm.
it out. That's how I play the game. But I'm trying to win, you know. Yeah,
I remember there's a quote, winning isn't everything, but wanting to win is.
there you go.
So parang if you do your best, you don't feel bad and the other players don't feel bad as well.
Yeah. Duane Galang 2021.
No, that's not me. I should show you who. Basta it's a famous quote,
Yeah.
probably a sports quote. I don't know.
Maybe. Okay. Next question we do have from John Fred. He's asking what game made you really interested in board gaming.
Really interested.
Mm,
Really interested.
really interested.
Like,
Yung sa akin, I think it's still like a reverse. It's a reverse. Eh. Parang ano, I played Clue and I played no not Clue. I played Risk and I said that there should be better games now, and then that's what made me really interested in other board games. If you want me to name a game that I played that made me really go into more of the games, I guess I would say Escape, Curse of the Temple, and Concept. Yun yung dalawa. Those were my first two buys. Tatlo yun, Marvel Legendary din, but I would consider the two to be yung nag-open talaga sa akin.
iniisip ko rin if there's a particular game because yeah, so when the question popped up, I'm racking through my game tapos parang I'm looking parang every game that I've encountered parang nag-accumulate lang siya ng interest, like
Yeah.
this game and then this game tapos parang pero if I would say one game that really made me interested in board gaming would be Pandemic Legacy.
Nice.
uh it opened up the Pandemic. I love the board game kasi parang wow, you can do a co-op game na parang you're all working together and you're trying to solve like a puzzle, what's the most optimal move, tapos add mo pa ng legacy on top of it na parang the decisions you make in the game will affect the next games, and then may mga stickers involved and you tear up cards. Medyo masakit sa puso yung pagpunit ng cards pero parang it's a very novel experience. So
Yeah.
I think that would be my answer.
There you go.
Pero to be honest, lahat ng games that I've met along the way, good or bad, whether we've won or lost, it parang nagko-compound siya na parang it made my love for board games grow and grow. Wow.
Board gaming
And
loves
world
you pa.
peace.
Thank you for the wonderful question. Okay, another one from Sam. She's asking, what's your thought process when deciding to buy a particular game? Do you have a set criteria?
Ooh.
Yes. I would say yes. Meron pa rin naman. One for me, sige, I can start. For me, I would look budget. Kung kasya pa ba sa budget mo for that, ano. Do I really like this game? Is there a game very similar to the game that I'm gonna buy? What will happen to the similar game that's in my collection currently when I buy this game? Will I sell it? Yun yung mga questions that pop into my head when I'm buying a board game. Also, who am I gonna play this with? How many plays will this get? May mga ganun akong scenarios na parang, okay, this is gonna be pwede for my tito, this is gonna be pwede for My brothers, I can teach this to my pamangkin when he's older. Ganun na certain ano. For me kasi when I do buy games, I see it as an investment that I can share with other people, and especially eventually in the future when I have kids, I can share them na parang, oh look, oh, we have board games, do you want to play it with me? It's gonna be a that sort of bonding experience for me. So yun yung mga iniisip ko when I buy a board game.
For me, it would be art. Sobrang high priority sa akin yung art. Like, if a game does not look pretty, parang maybe not. Replayability, kasi you don't want a game na well, I like legacy games pala, pero you get a lot out of one
Yeah.
game. Parang you get like 12 games
12 games minimum.
At saka tactile aspect of the game or table presence. Parang if the game has like interesting fiddly bits na parang, oh, nice. Parang I really like touching the pieces na parang, kasi with the advent of of online board gaming, you can get a lot of games naman online. There are some games na parang you cannot have that same feeling na
Yeah,
parang, yung mga,
agree.
lalo na yung mga miniatures, tapos ipi-place mo siya, alam ba, parang, I'm gonna attack, tapos, ilalagay mo, ipi-place mo sa board yung giant na dragon, parang ako, sobrang fun ang feeling. No.
There you go.
So, that's my thought process.
Me also. There you go. Next question from Aina. Have you ever bought a game just because it's pretty? It's made by your favorite designer or artist, or you want to add it to your collection to complete a series, or etc. So basically, you got it just for a certain reason, then you regret buying it. What was it, and do you still have it?
Have you ever bought a game just because it's pretty? Yes. Made by your favorite designer or artist? Yes. Want to add it or collect to your complete series? Not yet. Kasi hindi ko pa makuha ang sleeping god. But you have regretted buying it? So far, no regrets naman. How was it? What was it?
And do you still have
Do you
it?
still have it? Yung last one. Well, I'm still waiting for Now and Never, which is the third ng Ryan Lockett's na series. And so that would answer what was it? And then do you still have it? I don't have it yet.
I don't think I've ever like bought something just because it's pretty, or I wanted to add it to collection and then regret buying it. Kasi I always think na even if it's just one play, I get this board game. It gets one play with the people I thought when I'm buying that board game. And then they enjoyed it. Even if personally me hindi ko trip yung game, but then all these people I made happy just to experience yung game na yun. For me, parang hindi ko naman nire-regret to buying that.
No regrets.
Yeah. I just thought ngayon na parang even in trades, I do trades a lot than before. Parang wala akong parang ni-regret na tinrade out for another thing. So, I'm sorry but parang wala sa akin. Yeah. Okay, so you guys did discuss a whole bunch of things, and then Ademar, there you go. A question from Ademar. Long question. Okay. What elimination one-on-one board games would you recommend para sa mga friends mong hindi masyadong bihasa magbasa at umintindi ng English? Yung tipong hindi required ang heavy reading para maintindihan at madyan. Let's go. I just like to try if meron bang games na madali kong ma-introduce at mga tambay dito sa amin para magkaroon naman kami dito sa libliban ng semblance ng game night. Actually, that's very interesting.
Kailangan walang English. So,
something I've had success with, lalo na for people who don't like reading like me, and very fun yung game pero easy lang to understand, is Marrakesh. I know it's not the most relatable theme, but yung rolling the dice and moving the piece, but it's still being a game of like strategy and tactics na hindi super random lang lahat. It makes you feel na parang it's relatable kasi you're just rolling dice, you're moving a piece. But it's still in on that it's still on that modern board game feel na parang uh, ma ma-introduce mo sa kanila other games in the future if you introduce that to them. If you want one-on-one board games, I would really suggest Corridor. Kung madami kayo nakatambay dyan, most probably you nakalaro na sila ng chess or like ng dama. Usually dama pag ano, 'di ba? You can try at Corridor. Two-player, maganda. If you guys have more people to play with, then try four-player. That's just fun. Yeah. Yun yung sa akin.
Okay. Iniisip ko, mm, elimination game na okay, I think would be Werewolf. Kasi before I played the board game copy of Werewolf, I played Killer or Mafia na parang you
Mhm.
just need a deck of cards tapos walang rule book, nakuha lang sa Wikipedia yung rule book. Pero I would love to have na yung, 'di ba may app yung Werewolf, yung Everyone Close Your Eyes. Tapos
Yeah.
parang Tagalog version nun. Parang
Mhm.
ang cool. And hmm, hmm, pwe puwede 'no,
Yeah.
Tagalog version tapos puwede ka magpumili ng voice kung sino. Halimbawa like ano, Mimiya
Duane.
ang Mimiya yung nag-ano parang ano, ang nagna-narrate. Pero I think that would be a fun game na pang-introduce sa mga people kasi you don't need to read a lot of rule book. Tapos kahit hindi nga English kasi once you get the game, understand the game, pwede nang
Yeah.
yung usapan niyo parang hindi ikaw yung werewolf, ikaw hindi kita papaniwalaan, parang gano'n. Very ano na uh, very into yung nasa own vernacular, nasa sariling language na yung
Yeah.
pag-a-accuse ng mga tao and it's super fun.
Yeah. I think pag set na yung rules, lalo na for ganun, you don't need it to be English or anything. Just
Mm.
basta na set na yung rules.
Madami
Yeah.
namang games ah, na symbols instead of English. So parang madali siyang ma-translate into other languages. You don't need language.
Yeah. There you go. Okay. So that's you can try Marrakesh, Corridor, or Werewolf.
Werewolf.
Uh, Joram is asking, what big brain move were you able to execute in a game that you will never forget?
Big
Dami.
brain move. Madami.
Sige, maybe one that you've seen or na ano nyo,
That
na
I've done.
relatable. For me, I have one. I don't know if you guys remember like one of our early G lives. I went and played. I think Mr. Star is here. Mr. Star and I played Seven Wonders Duel. And takot ako actually to play anything against Mr. Star. But then I won a science victory sa Seven Wonders Duel kay Mr. Star kasi I had the wonder that made me get that last science symbol na hindi niya nakita na I was gonna get. Or nakita niya and he just let me win. I don't know, but it made me feel good. It felt like a big brain move for me. Yeah.
For me, one big brain move that I would never forget and I was able to execute was I was able to score four, yeah, 4 stars in one go sa Scythe. Kasi I was
Wow.
playing yung Black Faction, Saxony. So, dalawang
Wow.
attack, isang objective, at saka dalawang attack, isang objective. Ano yung isa? Or was it, basta apat siya, na parang boom, tapos na yung game. In like
Oh. 4 stars?
4 stars in one
That's
turn.
crazy. Grabe yan.
I think, yeah, 4 stars. Ano ba yung nasa baba? Basta,
That's a big
dalawang
brain
attack,
move, Duane.
dalawang attack, dalawang attack, isang objective, which is to control certain areas. Tapos yung lower na objective na parang you complete, I forgot yung last nun, pero basta apat siya.
It is possible, yeah.
It is
Wow.
possible.
Nice. What a big brain move. Big brain, Duane.
Big brain.
Okay.
Minsan lang yun magawa. The stars have to align.
Yan. Next one is from JP. Personal ito. Tabletop gamers din ba yung wives or girlfriends or whatever ninyo?
Walang whatever.
Partners.
Wala.
Partner.
Ako
My
wala. So,
partner is
you.
not a board gamer, tabletop gamer. But she tries, which is she'd say na she is, but she is na lang para pag nanood siya dito. No, she's not. She's not. But she tries. There you go. That's all that matters naman. She tries.
Yeah, parang you share a passion. Parang you try it out at the very least.
Oh, she's there. Hello, Baba.
Ah,
Okay. Next
hearts.
question. Jella Marie is asking, what's one game you haven't played but have no plans of playing
Oo,
ever?
parang nasagot na
It's
siya
very similar to
kanina.
kanina. I think I answered Munchkin.
Ako, Heaven and Ale.
There you go.
No
We played once.
plans. Wala pa naman akong plans to play Heaven and Ale ever again. Why? Because I scored 0 sa aking first Munchkin game. No, not Munchkin. Heaven and Ale.
Definitely. Wait lang. Let me skip to one of the questions ni Martin. This is very interesting. Sabi niya, from that question about tabletop gamer partners, what point does one become a full-fledged tabletop gamer ba?
I don't know. Totoo.
I don't know. Just, yeah, that is true. I guess, why I said na lang na hindi naman siya like, tabletop gamer or board gamer is she doesn't, what did I say? She doesn't bring tabletop gaming as much as other things.
Feeling ko ano lang yun.
It's very,
you just self-actualize into a tabletop gamer. Like parang when you feel in your heart of hearts that you're a tabletop gamer,
yeah.
then you are a tabletop gamer.
Yeah. And also if other people say that you're not but you think that you are, then I would say
parang
you are.
Ikaw, I think it's something that you define for yourself.
Yeah. Like for me, if I asked her is she a tabletop gamer, she would jokingly say yes, but she knows na hindi. Yun yung ano.
Yeah.
Sabi ni Martin, hard-hitting question pala ito kay Willo. No, it's fine.
And we are here for that.
Pinagpapawisan nga ako eh.
Oo, ganun.
Okay
Gusto
lang
ko
yan.
yung mga hard-hitting questions. Yung parang board game na susunugin sa apoy. Love it.
One more. Okay, next question. John Dominic is asking, upon watching BGG Game Night's episode on Dice Miner, do you have a dice manipulation placement game you love and put into your top shelf? Oh, that's a
dice
nice
manipulation or dice placement. For me, it would be Teotihuacan.
Nice.
Yeah, that would be a dice manipulation game and placement. Kasi rondel, the dice would move around, they level up. You build pyramids. Alam mo, isa pa yun sa gusto kong magawa yung Teotihuacan. Mabuo yung pyramid. I've never done that. Na parang the whole pyramid is completed. Parang everyone needed to help out to do that.
Dice manipulation or placement, for me, if you haven't tried Rajas of the Ganges, you should try that. Actually, madami akong dice manipulation games. I really enjoy dice manipulation because I like randomness, but na you can control, lalo na pag dice na. It's very fun for me to do that. If you want to play solo, like I always said, Hostage Negotiator, you could try that. Another good one that people really like is
ano pa ba sa akin?
What's that dungeon crawler?
Sagrada. Ay, hindi. Pero dice placement lang yan. You roll and then you pick and then you place dice.
Yeah, I forgot
Dungeon
the title.
role player.
No.
You place
it's
dice.
It's small box game. Small box game. One deck dungeon. There you go. One deck dungeon. You can try that if you like dice manipulation. Also, if you wanna play something lang on your laptop, your PC, you can try Circadian Dice. One that I really enjoy playing.
Dice Miner, di ba yung para may mountain, tapos yung dice ay pag ganon?
I haven't seen Dice Miner, to be honest.
parang you put dice, tapos parang you form a mountain of dice. And
Okay.
I'm like, mountain of dice? Sold.
Okay, a couple more questions and comment. Sabi ni JP, okay yung camera ni Duane ngayon. Yeah. Sa ibang videos kasi para nasa 70s.
Yay!
Sorry. Don't worry. It's that. We
Oh,
figured it
ano,
out
I have
also.
that season 1 filter. Ganun talaga, nagla-level up
Yeah,
naman.
yeah.
Thank you, JP, na-appreciate mo.
And then John Fred is asking, how often do you buy games in a month? I think this is going to be our last if no one else asks any more questions. In average, how often do you buy games in a month?
Not a lot. I usually parang one bulk of games.
Mm-hmm.
Tapos try ko i-time na sale siya.
That's true.
Para like a 9-9 or a 10-10 para may mga discounts. Pero in a month, I don't, no,
Yeah.
probably not a month.
Ako before GL, it was like twice or once a month I would buy a board game. Dun talaga yung dumami yung collection ko and I started loving yung ano. But then recently it got very low. To minsan kasi like since I'm working for GL na, they also send like demo copies. So we do get to try, we do get to test before getting them here. So we don't technically buy. So yeah. Yeah. And then sabi ni John Dominic, yep, it was Dice Mountain yun yung sinasabi mo kanina, and who doesn't love Dice? That's true. Dice is
Diba?
really fun
Iba
to
yung
play with.
feeling ng, balik tayo dun sa tactile aspect ng games. Iba pa rin yung feeling that you roll the dice. Tapos kung minsan, do you have yung mga, like, the quirks or parang mga, you blow into it, para lucky yung throw mo.
Yeah.
I don't know. May mga random quirks that is not there when you play it online. Na parang you just click, okay, the dice would fall. Okay, yan na yan.
Yeah. even just having like the pieces mismo, the wooden pieces. Like me when I play talaga, I bunch them up for a certain move so that I know that I can make the move in BGA. That's why most of the time I got like I miss one piece kasi I don't do that. Yeah.
Tapos iba pa rin
Okay.
yung when you roll a natural 20, na parang then the table would erupt, whoa! Not 20! And,
Yes.
or
Okay.
natural
So
1.
this is our last question.
Ooh, last.
Last
Sige.
question, since it's time na rin. Last question, Sam is asking, what was your worst experience playing a board game?
Ooh, worst experience playing a board game.
It's pretty hard.
Worst experience. Well, sige. Yeah, I mean, sige. This is the only thing that came into mind. I had a shouting match with a friend over a game. Kasi, in a public space, hindi siya board game
Oh.
cafe, as in like in a random cafe lang. Kasi we played Power Grid. Tapos, we were playing. Tapos, he is winning. And he did a mistake. Tapos hindi niya na-realize. Tapos I did my turn. Ended up, I win. Pero sabi niya, no, 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 take backsies. Tapos parang ako, no, you cannot take backsies anymore. Tapos parang yan, huge shouting match. Pero, well, part of part of a gaming
Part of the game.
experience. I believe yun na yung worst ko. Funny lang kasi it's in a public space. Hindi siya in a comfort of an own home.
Worst board game. I'm not recalling any bad experiences sa board gaming ko, sa totoo lang. Siguro worst, one I would say na pangit would be like playing a game and not ending it because you have to do something or you have to go.
Oh
I've done
yeah.
I think I've done that only for solo plays. So I would say para lang, yeah, I would say that na parang I would start a solo game and then I'd have to do something and then pagbalik ko dito I'd have to wala nang time. So basically I just have to fix it all up and then just put it.
Ah,
Parang sayang
oo nga
yung
naman.
I think that's one of my worst gaming experience. Yeah. Yan. Okay, sige Martin, let's do it. Last question para the stream ends on a good
Yay! And
note.
on a good note.
What
Thanks,
is your
Martin.
favorite game component that the game has ever had? This one,
Game component, metal mechs ng science.
tas sabi niya,
Yun talaga eh.
I demand the streamers to gush about the component and why it's cool and great. Okay. What's yours, Duane?
Metal mechs ng scythe.
Oh, that's so expensive.
Ang ganda.
Maganda siya, maganda.
Plus the weight.
It's so heavy. It's so, as in, that small box with the mechs, ang bigat niya.
parang ako, metal. Metal talaga.
Metal talaga. Legit na metal siya, yeah.
Ako tas mga runner-ups, mga nice set of coins. Iron clay. Actually, even yung Splendor na coins, the tokens, parang if it has a nice weight, parang ako, love it. Parang you feel the luxury, the parang when you hold it in your hands, you feel the power. I don't know if anyone can relate, pero yeah,
I
that's for
relate
me.
to that. I have two runner-ups and then my final one. Number one would be the Tolkien finishing.
Yeah.
That's one of the best.
Yes.
I think that's one of the best components talaga.
Oh my God, ang dami ko pa palang answers for this.
Yeah. That's super good. I think someone posted in Philippine Board Game Enthusiast a painted one, and I'm really really happy that you have that. It's so nice. Ang ganda ng painted na cogwheel niya. Another one is Iron Clays. Iron Clays. If you want to really upgrade your game, any game yan, just to have counters, Iron Clays tokens, or a set of metal coins that you can always have na bagay in almost any game. Yung Iron Clays kasi napabagay ko and everything. And then my number one. Yeah, and then my number one that I could gush about all day is the viticulture grape tokens. Guys, sobrang liit lang doon dagdag niya, but it's so good. It's so good.
Yung kasi when you water droplet.
Yeah, it's so small, but it's such a big thing that you can see that number in any way that you look. Kasi naka-curve yung ganon. I'm not saying it because it's viticulture, but it's one of the reasons why I love viticulture, because dahil sa components niya. But that one droplet, water droplet, changes a lot. If it was just like a token or like a cardboard thing to mark that, I don't think I would enjoy viticulture as much. Ganon siya kalaking factor sa akin.
That's parang I think it is pretty unique. I haven't seen a game that uses that water droplet na token. Pero thank you, Martin, for that great question.
And daming answer. Let's just go through it and then we can end the stream. Mr. Store says Dragon Metal coins, and then Martin says I agree the new Splendor tokens don't have the same weight as before. But yung unang-unang
new
print,
one. Pero yung unang print talaga parang
it is
lalo
really
na
heavy.
when you have it on you, tapos ganon mo siya.
Yeah.
Ganda.
John Fred says Mex versus Minions miniatures. Yes, painted. Very complete. Tas ang dami nun. Dice from Champions of Midgard and Reavers of Midgard. Very nice dice. Tapos ang cool ng symbols.
Yung may double sword, tapos may axe. Yes. Totes agree.
Sam says cardboard money tokens ng the networks. I don't know why, but cute nila and I love them. Oh yeah, I agree. Those are really cute.
Cute yung cardboard money. There's also another game that I like, Tesla versus Edison. Cardboard rin yung money niya, not paper. Tapos parang, interesting.
Mr. Star again says any Eagle Griffon big box. Martin agree with Tolkien mechanic and the component. Diba? And then Martin says personally I really like cardboard marble tray of Potion Explosion, but I love the crystal gems of Century Golem. Potion Explosion also. That's really nice. Yung cardboard
yun
marble
pag binubuo mo siya.
Yeah. That's one of the fun things na I enjoyed with Potion Explosion and Colt Express. Yung mga una-una kong board games, yung binubuo ko sila lahat. Yeah. And then
pero
David
I remember, sige, go.
David says yung Sagrada Big version nung grape token sa viticulture. Oh yeah, they do have very
Yung
similar to that.
pang-mark ng ano, na yung powers
Tools.
that you can, ng tools that you can use.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ha!
Oh, that
Wow, that
Sagrada
was
big
fun.
version. That Sagrada big version, the giant version. I don't know if it's still in our office or we returned it already. But for those who attended yung GLX, I'm sorry, Duane. But super
Hmm,
saya nung Sagrada na yun. That's one of the times na I really enjoyed Sagrada. Kasi ang laki ng dice. Tapos ang laki din nung window mo. That was super fun.
sa
Uh,
alam mo, super tempted ako to just book a flight. I was in Cebu that sabi ko, uwi lang kaya ako for the
we're
weekend.
gonna do
Just
it
for
again. We're gonna do it again.
yeah, we're gonna do
We'll
it
do it
again.
again.
Guys, just hang on. Get vaccinated if you have the chance
Yeah.
para GLX tayo. Oh,
Garbage tokens
dami.
din pala ng chaos version ng rival restaurants. Pati yung lalagyan, mukhang garbage bin. And Martin says, I'm surprised nobody mentioned wingspan eggs.
Ang
Yeah,
dami pa
wingspan eggs.
actually.
Maganda.
Wingspan
Maganda.
eggs, pati yung dice tower, yung dice ng ano, dice forge. Oh my god, ang dami pa.
Yeah.
Ang dami
Yeah,
pang
that's a lot.
magagandang components. It's
But
I mean, we can devote a whole episode for that.
best component, top shelf
Top
components,
shelf components.
we could.
Top
Yeah,
shelf
we could.
aesthetics. Anyway,
Yeah,
pero this was a fun episode.
it
Thank you
was. It
guys.
was.
Thank you for your wonderful questions, lalo na yung mga hard-hitting ones.
Yeah.
Maybe we can do it again, and maybe with
we
Chief
shall.
Meeple.
We shall do that again. We shall do this again so that people you get to know us better and we get to know you also better.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's it for tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed the
Thank
show,
you.
questions and answers. I hope meron pa kayong questions for our future episodes when we do this again. It's gonna be a thing. Maybe ask us anything. I really enjoyed talking with you guys, and we've met
Yeah.
new people in the stream. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God, so many new people. And then we got a lot of amazing recommendations from the community. So parang
Mhm.
ako, good job, everyone.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
but that's gonna
announcements.
be it. Announcements on Friday. We're gonna have our G Live game night. Of course, we're gonna be playing games, or I'm thinking of doing something different on G Live game
Ooh,
night.
are we doing that?
Maybe we could do like a challenge for us and for our viewers. I know it's gonna be
Sige,
yeah, but
tingnan
so
natin.
we're gonna think about it. But yeah, that's on Friday. Next week, Monday is our guest.
Yeah, let's announce it.
Okay. Ayun.
So yeah, we're gonna have a special G Live gaming news, and we're gonna have a special guest that will talk about how to teach board games. And our special guest is no other than Martin, our
Yeah,
resident
there you
board
go.
game teacher. He's in
Yeah.
the comments. He was the last one who gave the question. So parang we're gonna talk about top tips on how to teach board games. So parang even if you have played games for a long time or you're new to the hobby, I think this is a super beneficial episode because we're gonna learn a lot and how to teach.
Yep.
Then next Wednesday we're gonna do play or pass. Kasi it's the final Wednesday of
It
the
is. It
month.
is.
Can you
We're still
imagine?
we're still looking
Final
for a
Wednesday na.
way to do the poll, but it's gonna be an experimentation stage. This player pass and maybe even the next one. But I hope you guys. I hope to see you guys there. So suggest na kayo. We're gonna put the poll up and comment na sa G Live Game Night community on Facebook for games that you wanna see in player pass.
Yeah, especially a lot
Starting.
of games have been
Yeah.
released in Gen Con. So we're gonna do a couple of them in Player Pass. Wink, wink.
Yeah.
Hindi ako marunong mag-wink. Wink.
You can't play Wink.
Parang laging dalawang mata siya.
Blink yung tawag doon.
Blink.
Anyway, I guess that's it. Do we have surprises? Surprises sa Monday nyo na malalaman. And
Oh,
also next
meron
week.
ba?
May surprise ako pero next month pa yan. Surprise din.
Next month.
But mafe-feel nyo na rin yun very, very soon. But yeah. Thank you guys for watching tonight. I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you guys on Friday and then on Monday. See ya. Peace. Bye.
Bye-bye.